Hey there YouTube, this is TheGIRzilla and I am now a box. No, I'm joking. I'm here back with the review for the Sony wireless headset, the Sony Pulse Elite Editions. Now if you guys have seen part one, you guys would have seen I did an unboxing of these guys. Got these over Christmas and yeah, I've had a chance to give them a good test and they've been pretty cool so far. So I'm going to do a little bit different sort of format for a review. I'm going to tell you the good and the bad stuff up front, and then we'll go into some more details. So, without further ado, whatever the word is, let's have a look. Alright, so basically, the good, as you guys may have seen in the first one, the build quality, got a little bit closer. So the build quality, these are the headphones. I have to say that these are definitely in the good side. Even though they're mainly plastic, very good quality plastic. I believe it's, I haven't had a chance to research it, but I believe it's what they call ABS plastic, which they use on a lot of cars and things like that. So, I mean, and it's got like something I did mention previously. So you've got metal reinforced with plastic as well, which is pretty cool. A lot of headphones, and I mentioned in my first one, some of the more expensive headphones I've even had in the past, they were just plastic only. And they broke, and you know, got it covered on the warranty once because it was a bit of a known issue, but you know, it's just plastic it's a pretty cheap way to go, and it's pretty cool that they've gone with a bit of both. So then we've got, okay, so we've got, now this here, I believe it's not even actually metal, it's still plastic, as well as this part, but again, good quality plastic. So again, good plastics throughout, good rubbery stuff in here. For fitment, and the actual earmuffs themselves, really good quality. They've got, I'll come closer again, you'll see there's that little cutout, might be able to see this angle a bit better, cutout in there for your ear to slip into, which is really cool. Like I was listening to these late at night the other night, which was the purpose for these for me, and my fiance came through and I didn't even hear her. These cancel out noise around you very well. I mean, if they're talking at a reasonable volume, very close, you're going to hear them. But they cut out almost everything, which is really cool because it lets you sort of, you know, enjoy the experience within these things, which is really good. Good build quality on that in that respect. The weight of them is really good. It's not too heavy, not too light, and then that goes on to my next point, which is comfort, which ties into the whole weight type thing. Very comfortable, good adjustment. I'd seen some reviews before, and some people were saying in some of the reviews that if you have a really big head, you might struggle, and that did worry me a little bit because I do have a big head. But I tell you what, the reviews I've seen, if they're saying they had a big head, my God, they must have a huge head, because I mean the adjustability in these is pretty insane. Like you'll see, that's okay, so that's cranking all the way out, and that I've probably got, my hair's sticking up a lot, but I've probably got about 2 centimeters between my head and my head and the top of those. That's pretty uncomfortable like that because it's so loose, and it's just a matter of giving it a bit of a tighten up. And I find with these ones, best way to put them on, get them on really loose and then squeeze it up, because the way it hugs your ears and hugs around just gives a nice tight fit to it. And as you can see, I mean, it's not a comfort thing, but they look kind of cool. I don't think that they're too oversized or anything like that. Like, I've definitely seen some that are way bigger. But yeah, comfort is pretty good. I managed to got a few games for Christmas and so on, and basically, yeah, gave them a good run. Like, I had a bit of we had a bit of a 4-hour game fest going on, and yeah, battery held out as well, which is excellent. But comfort during that time was extremely good. So I've got to say, yeah, another thumbs up for the comfort level, and that, yeah, comfort build for me, that ties in together. Now the next point, I guess I've touched on battery a little bit. Battery life I found is really good so far. I've probably got, between charges, I've charged them twice already, which is pretty good. That's not a lot of charging for, and I've been using them basically every day. I reckon I'm probably getting 7-8 hours to a charge, which is pretty damn good. I mean, I don't always have them cranked super high, but I have been using some of the, I don't know, processors, I guess, like the virtual surround sound as well as the bass impact. I have been using that quite heavily, and I imagine that they'd use more power, and I'm using them every time. The only time is a couple times late at night. I don't know, if I'm just watching general TV shows. I don't really care for big bass. Movies, games, yeah, I'll go for a bit of bass, but yeah, but it's not. But so far, yeah, battery life very good. I'm getting about 8 hours. So again, I think that's very good. You know, that's between, and that's only charging via USB, which is pretty cool. Now, what else have we got for the positives? Now, okay, obviously the main reason you'd get these as well is the sound quality. So the sound quality of these ones so far has been excellent. The highs and the mids are pretty good. I'd say the mids are probably where it lacks, if anything, but they're still extremely good. They're way better than my previous headphones. I've had a couple of pairs of Sonys, a couple of pairs of high-end Plantronics, and I think that I like the Plantronic sort of stuff, as well as a couple of Sound Blaster headphones that I used more for PC. The Sound Blaster ones were probably around about the best sort of sound quality that I had, but these kicked the crap out of them. I also did get an opportunity. I've heard these compared to the Beats by Dre quite a bit, and for me, everyone's ears different, but these beat the Dre's. These beat the Beats. Yeah, they're pretty damn good. Probably the only criticism I have sound-wise is they are. A lot of people do like it, I guess, but they can be very bass heavy. So it's really good that they've got the controller for the bass, the bass side of it separately, because I did find, like, more with gaming and some movies, but definitely more with gaming. Yeah, the bass was just insane. Like I got my fiance to put her hands over my ears while I was playing the shooter when I was testing it out and first came across this, and basically it was shaking like crazy. And even though it didn't feel like it was hurting my ears, I don't think that would be good long term. Yeah, when this shit's rattling on your head, that doesn't seem great. But if you like big fat ear bashing bass, then yeah, these are good then. So yeah, very good that it's got the controller, but that's probably the only negative thing that I'd say about the sound. Now, some other things that come up with the sound as well is, now some of this is, I guess, good, some of it is bad, so we're going to sort of get into a few crosses now, but basically, so it's got the little USB dongle. Now that works directly with the PlayStation. You don't need any other inputs, it interfaces completely with it, and that works perfectly with the PS3. I did try it with my PC. I had so much trouble getting the dongle only to work with the PC. I eventually got it to work, but then it was intermittent, and it got me wondering, shit, is this something wrong with the headphones? But did some more research, and it turns out, like their little policy says in the instruction guide, that they don't guarantee that it's going to work with all computers and all different configurations of USB and blah blah blah. So, you know, that kind of sucks that it didn't do that. When it did connect via USB with the PC, I was able to use the virtual surround sound properly, as well as with the PS3. If you're trying to use it otherwise, it makes a sound like on here when you press it, indicating that it's like on, but I didn't really notice the difference in other configurations, not using the USB. Now, when I say not using the USB, what I mean is it's got the actual USB does have a little 3.5mm jack on it. So the other way that I've been using it, so I can use it on other devices, is 3.5mm jack, you know, say straight into the headphone jack of the PC, or I've been using for my sort of main area, which is like my home theatre area, just 3.5mm jack to a 6.5 straight into the front of the receiver. Using it with the receiver is a pretty good way. I used it that way just so I've got the flexibility. I've got everything, like all my different gaming devices and DVD players, etc., or Blu-ray players, all going into the receiver. So that way I could just, I can just switch between them. So if I want to watch Fetch, I want to watch, I want to switch to playing games, or I want to switch to my media center, it's just being switched via that. I mean, the only thing that happens as a result is you technically only get stereo sound. But it did feel like when I was watching movies that were in 5.1, etc., I was getting a pretty good surround sound feel. I don't know that it was the virtual surround sound built into the headphones. It was really hard to tell if it was that or not. I think it just might be the processor in these guys. Like it's pretty good. Or just the sound replication was pretty good. Because when I don't have these plugged in, I have got a proper 5.1 setup. So yeah, it seemed to have a similar feel, obviously a lot closer, but it was pretty good in that respect. So yeah, I'd say, I mean, the 3.5mm jack is pretty good. Most people that are gonna buy these, and they're gonna buy these at this sort of budget, are they either gonna use it for gaming with their PS3 most likely, so you're gonna get the full surround sound anyway. Or they're going to be like me and say my father-in-law, where we bought them so we don't disturb people late at night. And late at night, I don't know. I mean, there's occasions when I'll turn things up a bit, but I highly doubt that I'm going to have things absolutely. I want full surround sound absolutely cranked through these things. So they do the job, and I mean for 150 bucks they do the job very well in that respect as well. And okay, so this is one that I guess is pretty much directly like on the bad side. These guys, they're USB charger, and I know it's kind of nitpicking, but you got USB charge that's on here. It doesn't come with a charger, which is nitpicking, but I guess it's because they're aiming it towards it does come, it comes under the class of a PS3 accessory, not a Sony headphone. Like they have two different categories. When I was trying to buy a pair of these, it made it harder to find them. So yeah, they come under a PS3 accessory, so I guess they're assuming, okay, you've got that cable and you'll just use that cable for this one. So I mean, it's kind of nitpicking, I guess, that it didn't come with a cable. But it's not the end of the world, but that is on a negative side. If you've only got one cable and your controller goes flat at the same time, you're going to be in a bit of a pickle if you need to charge these two. And actually, that's an interesting point. I did run out of charge at one point. I wanted to keep playing with these on, and I got to say, the positioning of the USB is there. This is the left side, so it's a little bit towards the back. It's not very comfortable when you're wanting to charge this while it's on your head. Just the positioning of it, it tends to sort of run across the back of your neck a bit, which is not the most comfortable sort of charging position. Not that there is a comfortable one, but just something. It's a bit nitpicking, but yeah, I think it's worth saying, because there's some people that they'll have one cord, or they'll be playing for so much longer that their battery will run out and will have to charge it at the same time, and it's not super comfy. So that's that one. And we've covered the bass side of it. So I mean, that's about it for like an overall sort of feel for it. So it comes down to your ears in terms of if the bass is too much for you, what you think of the highs and the mids. I think the highs and the mids are really good. Like I said, the bass is pretty full on, but you do have adjustment. So and even with it all the way down, it's a nice solid sound. One of the big issues that you do come across with a lot of wireless headphones is hissing, because it's running over a wireless signal, and particularly I was worried about that because I do have a lot of wireless devices, and particularly where I tend to use these with the home theater, like everything is running wireless in terms of all my networking and so on. And it's an open area, so there's kitchen, microwave, all sorts of other wireless devices, but these did not get any interference at all. Even distance-wise, walking, I walked from the back of the house, which is where that setup is, to the front of the house, which is probably a good, I think about 15, 16, no, probably almost 20 meters, and I was still getting sound at the front door. I didn't walk outside with them, but I was still getting sound from the front door, and no interference. So no interference, good sound quality. To me, great build quality. Particularly, again, I know I keep coming back to this, but for the cost, I paid 150 bucks for these on eBay. That was including postage. Extremely good. As well as they've got full warranty anywhere in the world with Sony, which is really cool. Full 12 month? Yes, 12 month warranty. Now, tracking down, if you guys do want to get some, I got mine on eBay. They were released in, they were delayed, I believe it was end of November, start of December, around the place they were released. There hasn't been, from what I could see, an official release in Australia, so these ones that I got were imported, but like I said, they do come with a proper warranty. As well as the place that I bought from, they also offered a return to them warranty as well, which was pretty cool, because they were in Australia, which means, you know, nice and quick and easy postage and so on. So yeah, they will be hard to find if you try and find them through Sony, because like I said, when I tried to look, most Sony headphones come under the sort of starting model prefix of MDR, but they're not part of that series, the general series. They're engineered or created by the PlayStation group of Sony. There are just so many groups, and so I learned a bit trying to track some of these down. But yeah, so 150 bucks, very good set of headphones, full warranty with them, good quality, good sound, up there with like your Beats Dre type headphones and some of your higher end or mid-end wireless Sennheiser type ones, but at basically a quarter of the price. So yeah, overall, I'd say you can see I've been pretty positive about these. There's a couple of little things. More of the things that are bad are more nitpicky things, and particularly nitpicky when you look at what you're paying for it. If you spent 600 bucks on these and it had those little flaws, you'd be a bit more pissed off. But only being 150 bucks, I think it's a damn good buy. So overall, I've got to say I'd give these a 9 out of 10. Not 10, just because there are just, you know, there's a few little things, like with the whole USB thing, I think that at least could have been a bit better. But, you know, there's still a solution. Depends what you want to use it for. But yeah, again, what it comes down to is cost. Very good for the money. So yeah, I reckon I'll wrap that one up here so I don't keep rambling the same stuff. Highly recommend it. Check it out. You might be able to find a better price on eBay. It's after Christmas. It's a bit more after Christmas now, so you might even get them on sale. Awesome set of headphones. They're available worldwide, so wherever you guys are watching, you should be able to get them. Thank you very much for hanging out, and I'll see you soon for some more reviews and of course more gaming. My thumb is repaired. I'll be back. Thanks guys. Rock on.